Okay, we are now ready for step 3, but before we go on to step 3, I want to just review steps 1 and 2. Step 1 was to collect your materials. So we gathered together several boxes, either from crackers, from cereal, or from Kleenex boxes, and we then made sure that we had glue and scissors and aluminum foil if you choose. Step 2 was to create the flat shapes by taking the cardboard, the boxes, folding it in half, cutting the shape that you want, and then taking and making sure that it's colored on both sides. So we're going to glue them back to back. And when we're done with this step, we want to make sure that in step 2, we make plenty of shapes for our sculptures. So it's really good to cut out a lot of shapes, even if you don't end up using all of them, to have a nice variety. Think about the colors that you want to be next to each other. Maybe you want your blues and your greens to be close together. Maybe you want your yellows and your oranges and your reds to be close together. So keep that in mind as you cut out your shapes. Again, you're not focusing on the details, the lettering. You're just focusing on the colors. So as you begin to cut, you're going to end up with a variety of shapes in different colors. I would consider this shape primarily orange, and this shape is primarily orange and red. So these two might look really good together. So as you let all of your shapes dry, step 3 says, attach the shapes together. Now it talks about using a notch system. You're going to cut a notch in the pieces to connect them to one another. So let me show you with these two pieces. This is going to become part of my base. So I want to make sure that it's strong and sturdy and it's able to stand up, because when you're done with this project, it's going to have to be balanced so that it stands on its own. I was noticing that one was a little crooked, so I straightened it up. Now, you'll notice that in this one, it's got a flat bottom. So this is going to be the part that sits on the ground, and this one has a flat bottom too. So I've got to get these two connected like an X. So I'm going to cut a slit in the bottom of this piece. And if you'll notice, I'm just throwing away the little extra piece. So it's got a little slit in that. I hope you can see that all right. And then this one, I'm going to cut the slit in the top. So it's kind of a mountain shape. I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut the slit in the top of it. Now, slits can be as long or as short as you would like. I'm going to pull the extra out. And now, if you'll notice, I can take these two pieces and I can slide them together so that they fit together like so. And now that will become the base of my sculpture. And then as I want to add pieces to the sculpture, I'm going to be cutting the slit in the pieces that go together. So for example, if I want this piece to go onto the base, I'm going to cut the slit right here in the bottom. Okay, and now I'm going to want to put this one on this side. I kind of like it right there. So now I'm going to cut the slit in this part of the base. I'm going to come up real close up so you can see. Pull the little piece of paper out. And now I can take my piece my shape and I can attach it in. Now you're going to do this over and over with all of the pieces that you have cut. Now this happens to be my shape. I'm using an organic curvilinear shape. If you want to do triangles or diamonds or squares or a variety, I am using a variety of sizes and colors, but the shapes are all very curvilinear. So my shapes are similar in shape, but they're different in size and in color. So again, step 3 says to attach the shapes together by cutting a slit into each shape and then sliding them where you want them to be attached. Now, once you have attached them and you're satisfied with the way they're looking, remember you're going to be looking at it from all different angles, right? So I'm going to be moving it, I'm going to be rotating it. Once you're happy with that, you can then take and squirt a little bit of glue in the notch so that they stay glued together. So right now I know that this area is finished, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to come real close so you can see. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there in the groove. That way it can dry and the glue will help hold it in place. So step 3 has you attaching the shapes that you have cut out and creating your 3-dimensional sculpture. This concludes step 3. I will see you in step 4 with my completed sculpture. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.